Yesterday, the game was totally dominated by Ohio State. The score wasn't even as close as the final. Ohio State led from pillar to post. Michigan had their chances early. They created the turnover they needed. They moved the ball early on Ohio State. But when you only get field goals, when you need touchdowns, and that Ohio State team, again, shut down really the whole offensive attack in the second half for Michigan. They made the adjustments, and Ohio State deserved it. I know as a Michigan fan, it was tough, not unexpected, but Ohio State clearly the dominant team in the Big Ten as they rolled Michigan 27-9 yesterday. And again, it wasn't even that close. And hats off to Ryan Day. I thought he handled everything at the end of the game with class, with humility, as he said. I got to give him my flowers. Ohio State definitely the best team in the Big Ten. It's going to be very interesting to see how that championship game goes next Saturday against Indiana. And, you know, both those teams are in it in the playoff. And really, I think both teams are going to get a first-round bye, even if one of them loses. But, well, one of them is going to lose, but I think they both will get an opening round bye. Just we'll see where they line up. So we'll keep an eye on that. And as we mentioned, Michigan clearly not at the elite level. And even if they were to win that game yesterday, I don't think they would have got into the college football playoff. But now we'll wait and see who does get in the college football playoff. And for Michigan, now they will await their bowl game opponent. And I got to tell you, it's probably going to be an SEC team. It could be Oklahoma. It could be Texas. Who knows? But if it's either one of those two teams, it could be LSU. And who knows? It could be Lane Kiffin coaching them. Wouldn't that be something? But I think whoever Michigan plays, they're going to have to turn it up a notch. They're going to have to take the training wheels off of Bryce Underwood, or they're going to get boat raced on New Year's Eve or New Year's Eve weekend or New Year's Day, whenever it is. But I don't look for Michigan winning that bowl game if they played like they did yesterday. Not taking anything away from Ohio State, but they've got a long ways to go unless they get healthy in a hurry. But it's going to be very interesting to see who they play in their bowl game coming up at the end of December. Michigan State, congratulations to them. The drought is over. They won in a half-empty Ford Field last night over Maryland, 38-28. Now the Jonathan Smith watch is on. Will he stay or will he go? Will we be playing the Clash song? Should he stay or should he go now? All week waiting for this announcement. Maybe it's later today. Who knows? But it's definitely an end to a very, very disappointing season for the Spartans and their fans and the coaching staff. Now the watch is on. Will we get a new coach in East Lansing? Will they part with him? Will they pay the buyout? A lot of questions waiting to be answered in East Lansing starting right now. If there's an announcement, we'll have it live and updated here on the network. But as of now, Jonathan Smith, still the coach of Michigan State. We'll see if and when they do make a change. All right. Chaos is going to reign supreme in college football. They've got the top, I wouldn't say the top three teams are pretty much set. Ohio State, Indiana, and Georgia. Even if they lose, if Georgia loses in the SEC championship game, I don't believe they deserve to be knocked out of the top four. It would be funny if they were. I think Ohio State, Indiana are locks. Here's the question that I have for the College Football Committee. What happens if Texas Tech were to lose to BYU in the championship game of the Big 12 next weekend? Could Oregon slide into that top four and we could have three Big Ten teams with automatic first-round byes? Wouldn't that be crazy? Indiana, Ohio State, and Oregon? And with Georgia right there as the lone SEC team, would the SEC and ESPN, with all their influence, would they allow that to happen? It would create utter chaos. I would laugh my ass off if that happened. There's a remote possibility, although I don't think it'll happen. They'll probably shift someone up there from the SEC. I don't know. If Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, they probably won't. So that's where the chaos could set in. I think it would be hilarious if that were to happen, if we somehow got three Big Ten teams in the top four with first-round byes. Well,